This video covers creating variable labels for a SAS dataset. I typically try to create variable names that are generally representative of either the item or the data contained within the variable, but it doesn't always work out. For example, I have ntg_rate1 as a variable name, but it represents the item, did your meeting start on time? I want to pull these labels into SAS so that I don't have to actually refer to an external file to figure out what the variable names mean. Doing that is actually very simple. I'm going to start with running a library name statement. And then I can add my labels in my data and set step. All I have to do is add the word label after the set line and the semicolon, and then list all my variables and their labels. So it's variable name equals, and then the label enclosed in quotes. And you can use single or double quotes, it doesn't matter, just be consistent. After you've listed all your variables and the labels, end it with a semicolon. When we run that, we see up in the log that we have 20 observations read from the dataset practice.example2, which is our permanent set. It's now into our work folder in SAS, but there's no information about the labels. So to check and make sure that these labels are actually in our SAS dataset, we're going to run prop contents. And we can see in our results viewer that our labels did in fact get added to our dataset. These labels can be useful for a proc print as well. If you'd rather see the actual labels instead of just the variable name, all you have to do is add the word label to the end of your proc print syntax. And you can see here that we get the labels instead of the variable names. Now I want to save this working example2 dataset as a permanent dataset so that I have the labels in there later when I want to refer to them. We're going to check our log just to make sure that this worked. Now we're going to close the file so that we can open the example2 dataset again just to make sure that the labels are actually there. And you can see here, we're just going to run a proc contents. And in fact, our labels are tied to our data set.